So I have to say, for the people that had the privilege of making remarks on the video, you're very fortunate that you probably got multiple takes through the many tiers. And I've got the challenge of trying to do this thing live, so bear with me. But Ron was lured here under the impression that I was being honored today. And technically, how's this for stretching the four-way test? Technically, it's true, because it is a real honor to be up here to read a more extended bio about Ron. Ron Anderson, founder and director of the Dorothy W. McClure Springer Theater Academy, demonstrated throughout his entire career a commitment to service above self. Upon arriving in Columbus in 1996, Ron chose to dedicate his life to a humanitarian mission, utilizing the ancient values of the theater to develop the character, courage, and confidence of young people in our community. And while many theater training programs maintain a core mission of developing artistic talent and abilities, Ron chose to root his program in the teaching of life skills through stage skills. The pillars of the Springer Theater Academy include respect, trust, integrity, and honesty, virtues we as Rotarians practice and promote. And these values are not necessarily the key attributes of Oscar or Tony award-winning actors, but of good neighbors, parents, friends, colleagues, leaders, employees, spouses, and siblings. These are the key attributes of good citizens. And for the past 2 decades, Ron's dedication to service above self has certainly been felt in this community. The result of Ron's work has been transformational. Thousands of children from all walks of life, some fortunate, some less fortunate, some confident, some insecure, some hopeful, some despairing, some compassionate, some indifferent, some surrounded by love, and some struggling. Some struggling to find friends, have been prepared to pursue their lives with a positive self-image, a generous spirit, and a confident stride. For most students, their experience at the Springer Theater Academy offers a first glimpse of servant leadership at a most impressionable time in their lives. And that example, made evident by Ron's vision and leadership, will undoubtedly serve as a positive force for good in our community for many years to come. Indeed, at a time when nationally many regional theaters are struggling, Ron's influence on young people through the Springer Theater Academy has helped invigorate the entire Springer organization and created a sense of Springer ownership among students that has led to higher ticket sales and a broader base of financial support. This level of organizational health and audience age diversity has established the Springer as a nationwide leader in regional theaters and the Springer Theater Academy as the envy of similar programs everywhere. And so for his commitment to a cause which has improved the quality of life for countless Columbus children and families, and his lifelong dedication to service above self, we believe Ron Anderson be a fitting recipient of this year's Dan Reed Award.
Oh, wow. It's heavy. You could, like, whack people with this. Walk down the aisle, you could probably whack both sides. I don't know quite what to say. Yes, I was lured here under false pretenses, and I guess if I should give you a card, come by my house, we'll find your award. And I'm also honored to be on this podium with Mary. Thank you. It means a great deal. It's been driven home to me in the past year, the importance of deciding what is important in our lives. We all have journeys that we go through. We all have trying times that we go through. We have stumbling blocks. We have hurdles that we leap over. We have mountains to climb. We have rocks to push up hills. We have all kinds of analogies to explore and dilute. But what's really important has become very, very clear to me in the past year for a variety of reasons, and I know that there are some people in this room who are going through similar kinds of struggles. I'm here today to say 2 things. First of all, thank you. Also, I'm doing well. I'm in as good a health as I've been for a while. Exactly a year ago, in fact, almost to the day, I was sort of assuming that I was trying on angel wings, but apparently it's not quite time for that. So Thank you to Dr. Pippas and his incredible team at the John B. Amos Cancer Center. Thank you to the Springer Opera House for their support. Thank you to this community for your prayers and support. It has just been amazing. Thank you to the people that I don't even know who come up to me in Publix and tell me that they're praying for me. I have to tell you that recently, though, those very same people come up to me and they don't say that. What they say is, "Are you doing tuna?" Well, the answer is yes. But what's become very, very important to me is that the simple idea that every day is a gift. Every day we have a blessing. Every day we have the opportunity to do something really important. Invest. Invest. Invest in people. Yes, we can also invest in our economy. We can invest in business. We can invest in a number of things. But if we invest in people, that's what pays back. That's what's important. That's what truly counts. And that's what we do at the Springer Theater Academy. That's what it's been my great honor to do for 20 years. Thank you, Paul, for bringing me here to give me that opportunity to invest in people. And we don't really know what that's going to pay out. That's not the point. The point is to make that step, to invest. And I find that I have new opportunities each day to do that. With new brothers and sisters in the fight that I'm now trying to help. That I get to be the guy who says, if I can, you can. I have a brother who is a veteran, a Vietnam veteran, and I'm spending a good deal of time with him over in Augusta. I get to invest back into his life because he gave so generously to me, and I'm trying to help him move forward. We get to invest in people. And if I could just tell a quick story to illustrate this, I think it will become very clear. Some of you have heard this story on the main stage at the Springer Opera House. And this 12-year-old girl, who happens to be the sister of one of my dear friends here today, this 12-year-old girl, her name was Caroline, got to play the lead role in the Diary of Anne Frank on the main stage of the Springer Opera House. And she was magnificent. She was impish. She was strong. She was playful. She was everything that we imagined this dear, dear child to be. And at the close of the performance, she and her best friend Melissa, who had shared the role, came to me and said, "What else can we do?" And I said, "Well, the next show is a children's play on the second stage, Foley Hall at the time. And it is Sarah Plain and Tall. It's already cast. In fact, we're already in rehearsal for it. But we could use some stage crew." She said, "Oh, we'd love to do that." And I said, "Okay." So they put on black and they run around backstage and they're moving costumes all over the place. And one day we're having a talk back, which is traditional, where we give the audience a chance to ask some questions. And a teacher who had brought a middle school class obviously wanted to ask her question. And she raised her hand and she said, "I noticed that there are some professionals on stage alongside the children, and I'm curious for the professionals. I noticed that you were also in a show that just closed on the main stage. What is the difference between performing on the main stage at the Springer, 700 seats, and the second stage, Foley Hall, with 250 seats?" And so the four pros in the cast said, "Well, the internals are remarkably similar, and the externals are quite different. You must cheat out, you must project slightly less, don't overwhelm the room with your voice." They went on and on and on about all this technical stuff, and I thought, And I look over to the side, and I see Caroline, just sitting there watching, sitting on the floor, just watching. And I said, "Caroline, you just played the lead role on the main stage of the Springer Opera House. And now you're over here wearing black, running around backstage. Nobody knows you're even in the show. You tell me, what is the difference?" She stood up and she said, "There is no difference. You do your job well, and you treat people nicely." And she sat down. And the teacher who asked the question was a little dumbfounded. The actors on stage was embarrassed. But I was beaming. That 12-year-old had figured it out. You do your job well and you treat people nicely. If we remember nothing else about what we do and how we do it, let's remember that. Thank you.